What's up, fam? What's up? We're gonna talk on some real stuff right now. Peace to everybody on Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. What's up? Okay, so basically, if you're looking at the title, it says, should we all just give up? Okay? Make sure you share this with your friends and family, okay? Get the word out. This is going to be even bigger than just talking about nationality or more science or any one thing. Well, the aspects of this are more science. It's all good. But yeah, basically, like I said, share this with your friends and family, okay? We'll give people some time to come in. But basically, what we're building on is this, okay? There's a ton of information out there, right? There's a ton of information and things out there telling you about all the forces working against us, whether it's clandestine groups, whether it's, rich organizations funded by people who just want to do genocide against our people. Destabilize entire countries, okay? Destabilize entire communities, entire countries. They have their hands, their tentacles in all the different aspects of leadership and government, right? Right. You have this organization that basically has their tentacles in all the presidents, all the rulers of all these different countries, right? And all this is done for a reason, right? So if you look at all the things working against you, it's to the point where you could say, hey, why even try? What am I even trying for? What's the point? We're gonna lose anyway. You're fighting a battle that you can't win, okay? And so that's what we're gonna build on. And I'm gonna let some more people come up in here, but we're gonna talk on this. And another thing, this isn't gonna be a lecture. I'm not trying to lecture anyone. This is self-talk, right? For me and for you and everyone else. This is the type of self-talk that we all need to have, okay? And what I mean by that is, if I'm ever looking at the things working against me, things that I'm trying to accomplish, if I'm focused on that stuff, the things working against me, instead of my strengths and things that I have going for me, I'm not on my job, right? That's when my mate has to correct me, like, hey, you're slipping, or vice versa. And that's what I'm supposed to do for my friends and family, okay? Because at the end of the day, everything is mental. Everything that you're dealing with in your life is an inside game, okay? But we're going to get into that a little more in depth to make sense out of this so that you all know what I'm talking about. And it doesn't just sound crazy, okay? All right. Driving around. Yeah, all right, we back. So, yeah. And the reason I'm doing this is not because of anything that happened with any one person or anything. I said it's a lot of people that I've talked to lately. I haven't been on my job. I've been slipping. Some of my friends that I've been talking to over the last month or so, maybe the last 2 months, I've been slipping. People that have talked to me, that have come to me, with concerns. If I'm going to talk about the Moorish paradigm, different people have, voiced their concerns just with, how things are going, how far behind our people are. All the forces, outside forces working against us. How you could look at it like this. All organizations, especially anything that could really accomplish anything, has been infiltrated. You have things like that we've heard of, like the Bilderberg, have their tentacles in just about everything. Okay. And so it's actually doing something in their community, actually trying to empower and uplift. You can bet that some aspect of it is going to be infiltrated, right? There's going to be an effort to get the tentacles in there for the powers that be, whatever that means, right? And even if we know about groups like the Bilderberg group, that means that ain't nothing. Because if there's something that's really clandestine, we're not even going to know the name of it. But I'm just saying this to say that people that are aware of this, because all the information's out there now. You can look online. David Rockefeller, who recently passed away, who was like either in his 90s or late 80s, and he had like 7 or 8 heart transplants, right? And so this guy's just out here doing all types of debauchery, you know, not having to take care of his body or anything like the rest of us would have to do. And if he's having trouble and needs a new heart, needs a new kidney, needs anything, guess what? He's going to get it. Everyone else has to get on a donor list, but the type of money that people like that are dealing with, no. So he could have like several heart transplants, and you know, hey, maybe they'll even kill someone because they know this person's a match for him. I'm not going to get too far into that because you could get obsessed with that mess and just be expounding all your energy on how great these forces working against you are, which to me is a waste of time and is a waste of energy and a waste of your focus. Because your focus is where your power is. Whatever you put your mind towards, whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're focused on, that's where your power is going. Okay? At any point in time. And this is one of the primary principles. This is a very simple principle that we all need to master. I don't care what, affiliation you have, it's all coming from inside of you. And this is it sounds very simple to think all is mine. It's always an inside game. But if you master that, none of this other stuff matters. You can cruise through life, on easy, and even when you have difficulties and things like that, you can cruise through. You can master anything. You can overcome anything. And that's the thing that may be the hardest thing to accept, because sometimes you may find yourself in a bind, or you may be going through difficult times, and it's hard to accept responsibility for that, to take responsibility for that, to realize that, hey, I put myself in this predicament. Or why am I here? What am I here to learn? Why am I going through this? So it's a very simple principle, and sometimes it's difficult to master that, and to always keep that in mind. If you keep that in mind, you won't be spending time thinking about the CIA and all the clandestine groups and all the other things, how the Vatican has their principle. Just on surface value, it sounds really, really simple. But I mean, sometimes it can be the hardest thing to master. And that's why I'm saying this is self-talk for me, because I've been slipping. I've been letting people that are family and friends down, because people have come to me with their concerns at different points in time. And me, instead of, being a G and letting them know, hey, all is mine. You got to stay on, you have to be a mental warrior. You have to be a mental warrior, so that no matter what is coming against you, doesn't matter what it seems like, what foes are working against you, what is going on, you can accomplish your goals. Okay? And nothing can stop you. You didn't come here to lose. And so instead of doing that, I've been humoring it. Against them grow, the things working against me grow, and it's like, I know this is true. I know it's real, and so when you know things, you have an extra burden. When you know, okay, so I set responsibility for that. That's, I haven't been on my job all the time, and we all slip. Nobody's perfect. So, I'm not gonna humor anything like that at all, because I know too much. I know that I control my reality, and you do too. There's a philosophy from the indigenous Hawaiians called Oponopono, right? And with Oponopono, there was this guy who was a psychiatrist. He had like his doctorate and all that stuff. And his name was Dr. Hugh Lin. That's the shortened version of his name. His name was like some long, crazy sounding stuff. So Dr. Hugh, well, not crazy, but I can't pronounce it. Dr. Hugh Lin was basically, he had a technique that was based on Oponopono, okay? And there was a psych ward for the criminally insane, and they had people in here who committed all types of crimes, you know, some heinous crimes, you know, there's murderers, and there's people in there who did a lot of horrible things, and it was filled to the brim, and they were desperate, you know. They brought Dr. Hugh Lin in, right, to help, you know, evaluate patients and, you know, just to help out them. So they brought him in on the staff, and he started working Ho'oponopono on him. And to shorten this up, what Ho'oponopono is and what Dr. Hugh Lin did is basically, he didn't even see any of the patients, okay? And I'm saying this for a reason. I'm not getting off the subject. Please listen and make sure you share this with your family and friends, because this is powerful. Okay, what Dr. Hugh Lin did was he didn't visit any of the patients. And he did his job, though. You know, he got all the case files for everyone that was assigned to him, every patient. And what he did was, for example, take the first one, regardless of how horrible that crime is, regardless of what heinous things that person did, Dr. Hugh Lin practiced Ho'oponopono, which is taking responsibility for everything that comes into your circumference, taking responsibility for everything in your reality. And so he didn't even need to see that patient to help them. He just looked over what they did, and no matter how bad it was, you know, he did the meditation. There's a meditation practice, and he forgave himself for what went down, because it's in his reality now. This is his patient. He's just taking responsibility for it. You know, that's the ultimate, you know, for everything in his reality. And he doesn't even have to see the patient, because he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And all he did with Ho'oponopono, he, you know, just forgave himself for all of these things that occurred. And what happened was, to make a long story short, is the patients actually started getting better. Like, you know, they went from being types of things, and they were getting discharged. They weren't insane anymore, okay? They couldn't hold them there anymore. And that facility wound up closing down after a short period of like 2 or 3 years of him working and doing that with the patients. He never saw a patient. He just got in there, he meditated, he forgave himself for this thing that happened, you know, for it. You know, he took responsibility first for everything that happened, and then he forgave it, and the people got better. And the reason that I said this, okay, how this applies to you, why this is entitled Should We Just Give Up, is because all is mine, okay? For that, in that example, you really don't have to touch anyone else. You don't have to bother anyone else. You can just take responsibility for it and make it better. You can improve everything. Nothing is big or small in the universe, right? All is mine. Everything is energy, okay? And so all you have to do, okay, is control what you're thinking about. If we're thinking about the forces that are working against the movement, our nationality, you know, anything like that, we're just magnifying it. If we're thinking about the disarray, the confusion and things going on within our own community, which all communities have, we're magnifying it. If we're thinking about all of this stuff and all the reasons why it won't work and we can't succeed, we are magnifying it. And do not play down your own strength, your own power. Do not play down the power of your own mind, because we're all connected, right? We're all connected to the infinite. And the same power that's in me is in you. The same power that was in the doctor that I was talking about is in all of us. We all have the power to control our reality and to affect it, at least to affect it. And knowing this, we shouldn't waste any time talking about what's working against us, why we can't succeed, okay? Now, I'm not saying that if you see something that's heinous, that's wrong, to not comment on it, to not try to correct that behavior. I'm not saying that. Like I said, maybe I'm not there yet where Hugh Lynn is, where he's just like, I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna do this Oponopono and it's gonna get better. You know? It's, hey, okay, yeah, you can correct something, okay? But things that are outside of your control, things like, you know, the Illuminati, okay? And all these other things, to go on and on about that stuff, it's not empowering you in any kind of way, right? It's not working in your favor. And your power, your mind power, that's your trump card. That's what you have that no one can take from you, okay? And so you don't want to give your focus away to that. And believe it or not, no matter how dire things seem, right? No matter how horrible it seems, we can overcome it. You can overcome it. And maybe that's too much to tell people that it's possible, but just remember this, all is mine. And even if, you know, that sounds like a simple principle, you know, it can be hard to practice it. It can be hard to take responsibility for everything in your reality, okay? And to also keep your focus and remain strong and know that you can accomplish anything. But that's what we have to do. You know, collectively, that's what I have to do. That's what I have to tell myself. You know, like I said, this is self-talk. No one is, you know, greater than the other. This is for all of us, you know. And even people who are on it, you don't need to hear this from time to time. That's another thing. Like, sometimes you have to, even if you're on your game, say you got a, you know, I'm not going to say a nice crib, because some of the language that we use too holds us down without us even thinking about it. Like, I was born in the 80s, you know, I grew up 80s and 90s, so like hip hop was my culture. And so like the language, not getting off the subject, but the language that we use a lot of times, you know, like my crib, instead of saying your castle or your mansion, you know, keeping you in a baby mind state. We call each other dog. You know, the females call each other bitch. You know, that's the name for a female dog. So we're all walking around calling each other dogs. And I mean, like, a lot of that stuff needs to stop. But back to the point, what I was saying is, we don't realize how powerful we are, basically. You know, we give our power away. And if you're thinking about all the things working against you, that's where you're sending your energy, okay? Bottom line. And there's even people who are on point. Like I was saying, you got a nice house. You have everything that you could want to need, plenty of fiat, you know, whatever, to take care of your family and friends. I know there's some smart people, some real smart know-it-alls who can be like, oh, you saying fiat. You know, it's like, yeah, right, whatever. Come on, we all use fiats. You'll accept fiats right now. So if you're hung up on that, just stop watching. I'm not trying to talk to any know-it-alls. But yeah, so there's a lot of people who are doing good. Even if you're doing really good, you still need that self-talk. You still need that positivity. You know, you still need to sometimes, because we all can slip, you know, and get caught up in all the BS and the things working against you. Okay, and that's what we need to be for each other. That's another reason why I'm making this video, because I haven't really been on my job. I know this is real, and you know, I put it into action in my own life, so I know it's real, and I have to stay on my job. So if somebody's slipping, I'm gonna let them know, you know, so that, like, hey, it's all mine. We don't need to be talking about everything working against us. It's not that we sticking our head in the sand and pretending it's all good. It's just that we have to be on each other. You know, if I'm down, you know, and I'm talking to you, you pick me up. You know, just remind me, like, hey, you know, stop being a wimp, man. You know, get on your job. It's all mine. You got it. You already got this. It doesn't matter what's trying to work against us. We didn't come here to fail. We weren't born to fail. We aren't connected to the Creator for no reason. You know, we have so much power. We don't need to give it away. But every time we think about the things working against us, we're giving it away. And so I don't want to just be rambling and going on and on, but I just, you know, I know this is important. And so like I said, yeah, it's self-talk, man. You know, I haven't been on my job, and I got to be like that. You know, I have to help. And if I'm not on my job, if I'm not doing it right, if I'm doing that negative type talk, and you care about me, you got to pick me up too. That's our obligation to each other. That's what comes too with knowledge, comes more responsibility. If you know that it's real and you see somebody else slipping, you got to let them know, and that's what we're here to do, keep each other on point, and that's like I said, I'm not here to preach, man. It's real for me, and that's why I'm sharing it with you, because there's others out here that need to hear this message, so I mean, definitely share this with your friends and family. It's just a reminder that, like, no matter what we see out there, okay, nothing is greater than the power that we have, our own mind power. All right, because all is within. It's like God isn't out there, Allah isn't out there, Allah is within. Okay, the same thing that's out there is within us. All right, and that power, that faith. Like, there's a reason why in the Bible, it's Jesus is telling you, just with the faith of a mustard seed, you could, remove a mountain. It's because, like, if we're big up in that mountain all the time, or if we're thinking about how big that mountain is and how immovable it is, it's not going to happen, But if you put your faith, your power, which is in your mind, you put that into what you can accomplish, you can do things that, you wouldn't even believe, right? You don't even have to think it's possible. You just have to stick to it and move forward. All right, and it'll happen. And we have to know that. And if we collectively do that, because maybe we are more powerful than anyone else here, if we do that collectively and we're strengthening each other like that, we're all keeping each other on point, then we could really do some damage out here. All right? It's on it, so we can keep each other on point, and whatever we accomplish, it'll be done. We didn't come into this age at this point in time, just to be here for no reason. All right, we're here, right now, aware of this for a reason. Everything that's going on is happening for a reason, and we're at this point in time to get it done, and that's it. And we have to carry ourselves like that at all points in times, because there's tests, there's things that come, ups and downs. We can't be like, emotionally on a roller coaster. We have to be resolute no matter what. So if we're in a down, we still have to keep pushing forward, because we know the outcome. All right, and that's how you get it done. And also, that's how you accomplish something that would seem extremely difficult. You have to act as if you know the outcome and just remain resolute. So, when things in life, come across it, it could be sickness, it could be anything like that. We can't get hung up in it, We have to stay positive. And, if you know somebody that's going through hardships, with their health or anything like that, the best thing you could do for them is to remain positive and to remind them that, so that they don't get caught up. Because that's the only way you could truly accomplish anything, man. And really, that's all I wanted to share. Earlier I was thinking of something from the Quran that fit in with that. I can't remember what it was. So you can do the research for yourself if you never heard this type of talk before, but a lot of us have. So, like I said, youtube.com/Moors in America 7. And also go to the website, bookmark that, moorsinamerica.com. If you're not on the Facebook group, join the Facebook group. Just look up Moorish Americans. It's probably going to come up first, Moors in America, or look up Moors in America. And also like the Facebook page too. And we're on Instagram too. So pretty much everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff, you can just do Moors in America and it'll come up. All right, that's us. So follow it, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, just want to share that. That's real talk. All right, and